What's up, guys? We're trying to see how everything works out here. I'm not sure how much the lag is from there, but I just finished up our first training session, or not really a training session, more of a shot session. It was the first time in, I want to say, about a month since I've been out, really taking some shots. It was pretty nice. Have it edited up right now, or not edited, but the raw film. Want to show you guys what's up, how I end up choosing my saves, and what I like about the video, or what I like about the saves, and then we can go over some of my goals, or the goals that they make on me, what errors I make, and let's see how this all goes out. So let's start this baby up.
Yeah.
Who is my favorite goalkeeper? Hard question. I like all the goalkeepers.
What? James?
There's a lot of guys talking around the camera. That's one of the most annoying things that I have here. People come really close to the camera and talk, so don't listen to that. Adidas Predator Pro for 120. Yeah, that's not a bad price for the Predator Pro. That's about retail price. Positioning video, we'll probably do that next. I need to kind of get more of a schedule going, find out when I'm going to be going out to the fields. We want to be able to get some keepers out that can train, and we can get some good kickers out. Need some better, stronger kickers that can make sure that they're hitting on frame a lot more. I'd like to have much better kickers for that to happen. But yeah, we can look at positioning films and drills that we can do.
Ryan, if you score again, I'll give you $1 tomorrow.
Oh, look, it is frozen. That's terrible.
Let's go in.
Ah, so I have to keep it up. No, that's fine. We'll look at it over here. Give me a second, guys. I have to set you up so I can see what's being said.
Hey, you want these?
Yeah. All right. So, working out the kinks here, guys. Sorry about that. Turn down the volume a bit. Is it loud? Let me see. Alright, is that better?
Look at me.
I do speak Spanish. I'm actually the only one of a Colombian family to be born in the United States, but I did travel a lot between Colombia and the United States, so I'm like what you like to call riding the hyphen. So I am a Colombian American, very proud of both of my cultures. Your favorite equipment to train with, definitely rope, posts, and that's pretty much it. You can really get an amazing session down with just a few rope, some cones. About 12 cones is all the keeper coach needs to work with one keeper, unless you're doing a lot of other crazier stuff. But like having those stand-up posts that you can get, that I like to do with ropes. Actually, I still have some of the rope that I personally use here for my drills. We're going to be doing that in the upcoming days. Today was really just getting into goal again. It's the first time that I got all my film and all my cameras. Actually wasn't able to get the GoPro working because one of the GoPro claws ended up breaking. So we only have one angle to work with on this video today. But I wasn't doing anything special. Wasn't doing any like training or something. Just literally taking shots with random people I found at the field. And I was using the Adidas Predator Pros, the 2014 ones. I have them somewhere here. I can go look for them. Tactics on penalties. Honestly, the tactics that I normally go for is either feel out the ball, feel out what's going, the shot. At a certain level, like up to 16 years old, I'd say wait for the shot and react. That's what I tell most of my goalkeepers. Once the shot takers get better and they're getting really good at taking shots, then I'd say to guess aside, and that really comes down to you. But up until then, most younger players can really react to shots. You know, none of those shots are going to be very good. Are you good, bro? I hope so. Do a tutorial on high balls, definitely. Looking to do that soon. Cleat recommendations. I've been using a lot of concave cleats. Concave sponsored me now. Concave cleats are actually pretty cool. I really like them. I like their leather cleats a lot more than I like their synthetic cleats. I've never liked synthetic cleats, but I do use the synthetic cleats only for rainy situations. I found that having a synthetic cleat is so much better in wet situations because leather cleats get heavier and the touch really goes on a leather cleat, whereas synthetic cleat, I don't think they really have that great of a touch, but they don't pick up water weight on wet weather, which is really big for me, especially in keeping. What's a good height for goalkeeper? Honestly, anything under 6. Everything over 6 foot. I'm sorry, not under. I mean, I'm under 6 foot, but it would be really nice to be over 6 foot tall. How can you join the academy in Germany? You can email me, or you can email Alberto at gisacademy.com. That's my academy email, and I can work with you to set you up at the academy. Right now, I'm not there doing goalkeeper coaching. I will be back in some time. But right now, the focus is I'm back here to take care of my mother. So it's a whole medical emergency thing. So I'm going to be here for some time taking care of my mom. Have you ever seen a varsity player that's an 8th grader? No, because varsity would normally be high school, and I don't believe high school is 8th grade. That's middle school, unless you're in one of those private schools that connect middle school and high school together. But that has much more to do with your area. Most varsities will not have an 8th grader. If you're an 8th grader playing varsity, then good for you, man. Great job. Are you gonna do giveaways or giveaways? Yeah. I'm trying to set things up for that. We actually had a big giveaway coming or going with a big online store that everything kind of fell to pieces after I had to fly home and my stuff was stolen. I lost some of the stuff that I was supposed to be giving away. So bad luck, but that's the way things go. Salvador, email me again. Sorry about that. I've been a little bit preoccupied. Elijah, thank you thank you very much. Seamus, Column, what age did I start? I started seriously at 16 years old. Before that, I was playing in field. Elijah, I'm 26 years old now. Good youth keeper gloves. The one glove, West Coast goalkeeping. You can never go wrong with West Coast goalkeeping. You got Go Meta GK, which is also really good. Those are 3 top brands that come to my name right now. Oh, NGA is also a really good brand. No Goals Against, that's NGA. Very, very good brand. De Gea or Neuer? You know, De Gea is the flavor of the month right now. He had a great game with Man United. I think Neuer's still the better goalkeeper. Neuer's got better feet. Neuer's got better distribution. Neuer's got a better body type. He's a much bigger goalkeeper. I'd take Neuer over De Gea anytime. Not to say De Gea is not world class or a top 10 goalkeeper, easily top 10 goalkeeper, especially training with the keepers at Man United. The keeper coach at Man United is one of the best keeper coaches in the business, and his job was to make De Gea, take him as a Spanish goalkeeper playing that Spanish style and make him ready for English soccer. So he's a great goalkeeper, but I'm partial to Germans, and I'm definitely partial to Manuel Neuer all day. What's the best stance to save low shots with? It comes down to you and where the shot is. How tall are you? What's your body type? If it's a one-on-one and the shot's coming in low, I'm low, very low on the ground. I'm straight up, but I try to get lows because I can straighten back up. But it really comes down to you. If you're a taller keeper, you might have to start working on getting your butt lower to the ground. Who do you think is going to win the World Cup? I am all the way for Germany or Colombia. Obviously, because I'm Colombian, and obviously because I was coaching and playing in Germany, where I want the Germans to win again. And the Germans have a depth that's insane. And their second string team can take on a lot of the World Cup contenders. So I think Germany's got it in the bag, but you never know how it works out in World Cup.
Good job.
Best goalkeeper academy, please. I'd like to say my goalkeeper academy is really good. But if you can't get to my goalkeeper academy, there's Billy Stewart in England. Billy Stewart is a former pro, and he works with the national team, the national team goalkeepers. He is an amazing coach, really knows his stuff. He's got a farm of great goalkeepers, and he takes you out there. You can look him up. He's Billy Stewart Goalkeeping. Highly recommend them, from England. If you do get in contact with him, tell him I said hi, or tell him I sent him your way.
Dive earlier.
How do you get scouted in high school for professional or in your club? You will not get scouted in high school unless you are in the most competitive, highest level high school ever. Most scouts are not going to high school games unless it's a scout that has a personal connection or knows or has been told that there's a very good player. I mean, I was playing in 6A high school with about 3,000 kids, very competitive leagues. And the thing that got me my scholarship at the time was going out to tournaments with a club. I would highly recommend a travel club, getting into your local ODP, that's your state Olympic Development Program if you're in the USA. That is going to get you the foot in the front door. Scouts are up there at the ODP programs. If you're not, you got to look again into the better travel teams, and obviously see which coaches have the connections, which coaches are placing players in actual clubs and in actual schools. But it's a lot harder to make the jump from American club to professional soccer. You would have to either go through the MLS draft, which would go through college. You'd have to go to get invited to the MLS Combine. That can be done through a club game, playing in the right club, playing in the right leagues, getting invited to Dallas Cup, Disney Showcase, things like that. But it's a little harder for the Americans, especially how the system is right now. Let's go pro. How do I feel about the USA not qualifying for the World Cup? That is a really, really, really angering point for me. The United States should not have ever had an issue against Trinidad and Tobago, and it shows the quality of our players and the quality of our coaching. I personally was a very big fan of Jurgen Klinsmann. He took us out of the group of death, and I thought he was really working to improve the academy or soccer as a whole on the U.S. And that takes years. It doesn't happen after 4 years. It doesn't happen after 5 years. It takes 10, 15 years. You have to build up the academies. You have to build up the grassroots soccer. And now we got nothing, pretty much. We don't have a World Cup. We have 4 or 5 years where Christian Pulisic, where he could have been a young player in the World Cup, getting his first World Cup experience, which would be huge for the U.S. going into our next World Cup. And now we're going to have to take away 4 years from this kid who could have really had an amazing experience playing with Borussia Dortmund, and then having a World Cup cap, having that experience, so then when he goes back the next year, or in the next 4 years, the next World Cup, he's really ready. And I mean, we could have contested, we could have done better. But as U.S. is right now, it is an angering situation. We have an insane population. We have the ability to build amazing players. We have the money in our system to build the amazing players, but there's just a few people up top that are funneling the money into themselves, and that's really going to keep on killing ourselves, killing the U.S. There's people that don't care about the U.S. soccer. They care more about their pockets, and that's always been the U.S. style, which is why I started my coaching, or why I started my online thing. All of my coaching stuff is free online, and I want everyone, goalkeepers all over the world, to get that type of coaching. So I don't know. I could go on and on. I mean, don't look at my Twitter if you want, or if you look at my Twitter if you want to see how big I blew up on Grant Wall, Eric Ronaldo, all of those terrible MLS pundits that were pushing for the status quo of MLS doesn't have to change and the U.S. doesn't have to change, and then was shocked when we didn't qualify. So, I mean, just check that out. I could talk for hours. I have to move on. If not, I'll literally get angry here. How do I break in leather cleats? Anzar Vakar. I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name. Check out my video. I actually made a video called How to Break in Leather Cleats. I do it with water and I tie it and I keep them tied to my shoes. Just check that out.
No.
How would you do for your free kicks and how do you set up your wall? I actually have a video on this. It's a lot older. You're welcome to check it out. I will be redoing a bunch of videos now that I find the time to do them. But it really counts on where the wall is or where your shot's coming from. Sometimes you want to kind of make them beat the wall, so you make the wall an easier beat. I mean, it really counts on where you're gonna go. I mean, you'd have to give me a little more specific. Like if you're coming from the middle. Direct middle is one of the harder parts for goalkeepers. I would normally say like pick a side that you like better. So for me, I like my right side better. So I would put the wall on my right side and I'd stand on my left. So I would pretty much be begging him, shoot to the right side, try to beat the wall, and beat my strong side. Whereas I would stand on my left side for that. So always comes down to the goalkeepers. Are Umbro gloves for beginners? I would say don't care so much about the brand for Glover for beginners, it's the model. Every brand is going to have beginner versions. I'd really say like you could spend $40, $50 for a decent pro quality level glove that can work as well for any beginner, and it's a great way to start. You don't want to start as a beginner with gloves that don't protect your hands or gloves that they drop the ball and they make you feel bad about yourself. Just get, you don't have to spend $100, $200. You can get West Coast Goalkeeping has gloves out for sale for $55, $60. Go Meta GK has gloves for like $40. One Glove has gloves for even cheaper. They're out of the UK, but man, they make some great gloves. So it really doesn't count by the brand for lower level gloves. It counts more on the model, and that's why I review the gloves as well. Please, what was the name of the academy in England again? That's Billy Stewart's Goalkeeping Academy. I don't know if he has a different name. You can look up Billy Stewart. You can just Google him. He's a superb coach. I was actually going to meet up with him before having to come back home. But again, very good goalkeeping company. I think he works with Ashton or Akron. I'm not sure. I'm not very good with those names. Do I do an online course? I don't know what you mean, but do I do an online course? But maybe. What sessions do you prefer, or training sessions do you prefer for futsal? Futsal goalkeepers lead with their hips and legs. I do not do goalkeeper training for futsal just because futsal goalkeeping is insane. So I would recommend checking with another futsal channel. I might like jump into it, and I have looked at futsal. I mean, but it's a completely different technique. It's a completely different style of goalkeeping because it's a faster paced game. It's a different level soccer ball, and shots can come from absolutely anywhere. So you're always having to be on your feet and on your toes and ready to cut down the angle. So futsal's a little different. I don't really have training sessions for futsal right now, at least. What do I think is the best value glove? What is the best value glove? Really, a good $40 glove, $50 glove with contact latex that fits your hand good is going to be as good as any other glove. Again, West Coast One Glove, Go Meta. There's a bunch of just new names that are coming out there, and all of the gloves at some level are the same. And then it just comes down to your hand is a little different, so some gloves will fit your hand just a little bit better than another glove, and that's where it comes down to you looking through all these different gloves to find that one glove that just hits all that Goldilocks specialties and it's just right. My goalkeeper academy is located in Schuthof, Germany. Right now, I am not there. The academy is working mostly with field players. We have place players in semi-pro and professional teams. But again, right now for the goalkeeper academy, I am not there doing the coaching. It's Rudiger Schultz, former Bundesliga player in Hamburg, and he coached in the second division of the Bundesliga. So it's definitely in good hands. He's a great coach. Favorite MLS club? I was a Lion, Orlando City Lion. I was coaching Lions, and I I was there when they announced Kaká. I was there when he was showed to the public. So I've always been an Orlando City Lion, but I really do like before the Lions were brought into the MLS from the USL. The Timbers were my team. Have I played in outfield before? Yes, I have played in outfield. I'm a decent outfield player. I'm just lazy. I cannot run anymore. I'm a lazy player now. So yeah. That's pretty much it. That's 100% sure. U.S. Academy is all about money. Away. Yeah, I mean, U.S. soccer is all about money, which is kind of this shitty situation. Atlanta United is a great club. I'm so happy that they're doing well. I mean, I hope MLS gets some of their stuff straight and they can continue bringing in young, good talent, especially American talent. They're putting way too much money bringing in these retired old, I mean, these guys that are just, they're finishing up on the big leagues and they're coming to MLS, and MLS doesn't see it as making it less cool. To me, it makes it less cool because it's like this guy's making $5 million when a youngster, 18 years old, is making nothing, and like he's got a future, and he's not really taking advantage of that. So I don't know. MLS is something. How come I don't do any more game highlights? Well, the Academy didn't have any games for a bit, and now I'm back in the U.S. and I don't have a team. Not really. I've been focusing, like the last 6-7 months have been mostly coaching. I played against Freyden, I played against Chopin. I had 2 decent games. I mean, those are decent level teams. Those are semi-pro teams. And I believe we tied in one, or we tied both of them, one of the 2. But so that was always good. But with the Academy, it's more of when we have the players to play decent level clubs, we try to play the highest level clubs that we can, 4th, 3rd, 5th division clubs.
Rebound. You got inside the box.
Until then, I mean, I'm trying to get on a team here. Supposedly, there's talk of possible USL tryouts, possible other tryouts, but right now I'm not in shape, and that's what today was, really, to test where I was. If you see in the video, I'm diving backwards a lot. I'm not opening up my hips a lot on my dives. I don't know if it's the gloves. These are like 4-year-old, 5-year-old gloves, but I wasn't catching anywhere near the amount that I like to catch. And I was just getting very, very tired too quickly. So there's some stuff that I need to work on there. I am happy that my kick is still there and my sidewall is getting better. Would I go to California to train goalkeepers? Hell yeah, definitely. I love California.
Yeah, Adidas ball. Got it. Ah! They're both Adidas balls.
Little Goose Soccer, yes, the Academy, we have a house, we have literally everything. We give you food, we give you housing, we drive you to the fields, there's Wi-Fi at the houses. I lived at the house, so I mean, there actually some guys that watch the channel have come to the YouTube before, or come to the Academy from the YouTube before. We have guys from all over the world, Japan, India. We have some guys right now from Nepal and Indonesia. We have guys from all over the world. So we really have Colombians, lots of Colombians. I mean, yes, I speak Spanish at the Academy. Spanish is really big at the Academy. We have about 4 or 5 Colombian players.
No way. Oh. Yeah, here. Wait.
How do goalkeepers dive with one leg out? What do you mean, like having your knee up? Because that's just leg strength. Would I go to Atlanta to train keepers? Yeah, I mean, I'd go. I mean, I was in Germany to train goalkeepers. I'll go absolutely anywhere to train goalkeepers. Let's just say that I love goalkeeping. Goalkeeping is my bomb, like what I do. Ty, I can't pronounce your last name. Tips on how to stop being afraid of close, fair shots. Literally, eyes open, pick a spot on the ball. I normally pick the air valve or where the pump goes into. I focus in on that and just don't blink. and you focus in on that spot on the ball and you watch it and let your body react and do everything else. Just pick that spot on the ball, do not take your eyes off of it, and let everything else happen. Come to New York. I had tryouts in New York a long time ago. I tried out for the New York Cosmos. They ended up throwing Jim Maurer right before that, but he was an awesome goalkeeper. Sorry guys, I'm a little tired.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Have I ever considered going pro? I wish. I mean, I think it counts less on have I considered going pro and whether or not the coaches said I could go pro. It's a lot harder, especially in Germany at my height. I don't know if you were here for the previous live stream, but yeah, it's a lot harder at my height in Germany. Semi-pro is probably the top I can get there. Little Goo. Oh, I've been to Maryland. I've been to Ellicott City and Baltimore. I would happily go back and do some training. Some good soccer around that area.
Nice. Kick. Watch out.
Caleb, I am 5'10". Can you come to Buffalo, New York? Yeah, when it's not cold. I am terrible with the cold. Germany was killer, especially with cold weather. Savage Edits, this is Cypress Park. I am back in Coral Springs. If you'd like to make videos or you'd like to come out and train, get in contact with me.
Right here, right here, right here. Right here, right here. Right there, right here. Carlos, go. Yeah, right here.
Why haven't I been to North California? I'm in South Florida, so it's a really far fly.
Okay, keep moving, keep moving.
Quimby GK, Christmas is coming up, so what is some equipment that I can put on my list to help me improve? Reaction ball, that's a top post right there. I would totally go with a reaction ball. You can get one from Old Sports, awesome training piece. The extra ball from the Green Ball Company, it's a weighted soccer ball. If you want to work on handling, catching, or improving your kicks, check out the Green Ball extra ball. That really helped me out. Those two would be like the most important if you're looking for like awesome right away, going to be helping you out. Cones is the next thing. I like to have high cones, low cones, like ones you can jump over, posts to put into the ground. And honestly, if you can videotape your training sessions and watch it, you can see a lot of the errors you make, and that's really big for goalkeeping. And for me, I can say that I used to be the type of keeper that was very bad with constructive criticism. Someone would be like, hey, you should catch that, and I'd be like, how about you get in the goal and you try to catch it? And then it would never let me learn. And then when I was watching myself, I said, oh wow, that doesn't look as good as I thought it did. And then it allowed me to really be more open to people telling me things, and then they're like, hey, you should catch the ball more. And then I was like, you know what, you're right, I can see it in the video. And then in the video lets you break down what you're doing wrong, like how you're standing wrong. If it looks awkward, it shouldn't look awkward. You should look very comfortable in goal. So highly recommend getting either GoPro or any $200, $300 camcorder you can get to watch your technique, watch your training sessions. It does help you a lot.
Wait.
How many years am I a goalkeeper? Seriously, goalkeeping? 10 years now. Little Goo, 16 is a bit young. We do have one 16-year-old there, but I mean, he's a trooper. I mean, we do a lot of football. We train every single day, and the guys are bigger. You're gonna get hit hard. I mean, you're playing in Germany with people that are coming from Colombia with sponsors paying for things. Some of these guys have already played pro, the ones that are in our academy. So, you know, 16 might not be too young, but you got to think of yourself at there. Like, are you willing to work that hard to work at that? Would I come to Africa, Nigeria? I actually had a trip set to Africa, Nigeria. I was going in a scouting mission with my academy director to find some good players in Africa. I know there are some really good players in Africa. The hard part is just getting to see them and helping them come out of Africa. It's very, very hard. Favorite soccer cleat for goalkeeping? It really comes down to preference. I mean, my favorite cleats are like leather cleats. I really like what I'm using here is the Umbro Speciale 3. I also use the Halo Plus from Concave. If I don't have that, I use the AdiPure 3 from Adidas, and I love the AdiPure 3. All those three cleats are kind of like the same exact thing. Do you think it's safe to land on your knees after a high dive save? Like, no, hell no. Don't land on your knees. Pop your knees out. Protect your knees as much as you can. I've had 2-3 surgeries on my knees. Don't mess with them. Yeah. Valley Boy, is Nike gloves good? I mean, it counts which glove you get. It's always the model that you end up getting. At least how old do I have to be to join the academy? The academy that I work at, we try to keep it around 17, 18 years old. You shouldn't have to be, like, you should be done with school. You shouldn't be coming to the academy and needing to take school. We have a few players that are taking school at the academy, but we try not to make that a typical thing. That's just more, it's harder to do school and train. We do two times a day, and then if you end up showing us that you're good enough and that you can play on a club, then you end up doing 3 times training a day. And that's very hard to do with school at the same time. So only a few players can really do that. How do I make myself big if I'm short? Eat right, sleep right, take care of your body, and hope that your genes will help you out. How old can you get scouted for Barcelona goalkeepers? That's an answer I wouldn't be able to tell you because I don't work with Barcelona, nor do I know their scouts. I know in South America their scouts work very hard, but most of the time scouts do not come to your game. And what I mean by that is, unless you're like really well known, scout from Barcelona is not gonna come to your game, and especially like personally come to your game. If you do make waves, what they'll end up doing is everyone knows everyone, and coaches know a lot of coaches, and they know a lot of agents, so they'll end up calling someone up that they really know and that they think are good, or they think they have a good opinion or know about football, and then they'll say, what do you think about this player? And that person could be any age. It could be like a mom. It could be this old man, and you would never know. And then he comes back and he'll call that scout up and he'll let you know. Scouts of all levels work like that because it's very hard and expensive to travel all over the world. So you'd never know where you are, where you're playing, who's played football, who's played where.
How you gonna pick it away, man?
I was trying to make you. Away!
Baseball edits, get in contact with me. We can talk about what we can do for some private lessons. My email is albertorolliesoccer@gmail.com. You can find it here. You can send me a direct message and we'll see what we can do. Julio, 14 is too young to come to the academy. I'd say focus on school, focus on eating right, and focus on your technique now. Justin Huang, potato. That's right. Black Incredible 5. Just try out different angles. The GoPro can't break. The only thing that's going to break is the tripod, and GoPros are very strong. I mean, my GoPro has been slapped and destroyed a bunch of times, so don't worry about that. You're amazing. Thank you very much. Anzar, how to break in leather cleats. It's just hot water, keeping the cleats on as long as you possibly can. I have a video literally called How to Break in Leather Cleats. You can check that out there. Jason, I am an Adidas fanboy. Even though Adidas doesn't seem like they're interested in sponsoring the channel, I love Adidas. I could care less. I love Adidas, but so I'd go for Adidas over everything. I'm 10 years old. Is there an academy for me? I don't know. Maybe in your area. probably be best to go with private coaching. If you can get onto a decent club in your area, then I go for the club. Do I slow the ball down in my mind? I wish. I think things slow down when you're like really focused, but no, I don't slow down the ball.
Adam.
No worries, Enzar. It happens, man. I'm sorry that I didn't answer you quick enough. Actually, I was supposed to show you guys in this video the Adidas Ace Trans fingertip. I actually ordered them and they didn't come in today, and it was the worst. So if you guys are interested, we can do a live stream again tomorrow, and I will show you the unboxing of the brand new Adidas Ace. No, it's not even Ace. I'm sorry. It's the Adidas Predator Pro fingertip versions. They just I just got them. They were supposed to come in today. They'll probably come in tomorrow. So if you guys are interested in that, we can go live again tomorrow. Would you suggest to Tim Howard camp in Florida? I've honestly never heard of it and never trained under Tim Howard or seen his trainings, but the guy's a professional goalkeeper and coach, and if he's gonna be there, hell yeah, go to it. I mean, it counts on how expensive it is and stuff, but if you can afford it and you can learn. I mean, one of the things that I tell my keepers and why I like to mix in my keepers with different talents, like I want my good goalkeepers to show my not so good goalkeepers proper technique. So half of goalkeeping, especially for me, is copying other people, like seeing someone dive and go like, I don't look like that when I dive. I want to look like that when I dive, so I change my style up and I try to look like that. So if you can go and learn from one of the greatest and see him and learn and hear what he thinks, there's only positive that can come from it. So I would do it if I could. Like if I knew about it and I was old enough and I could mix in there and pay for it, I'd do that in a heartbeat. So yeah, totally. Should you join Storm or HD Premier Club? Julio, Porus. I didn't even know Storm was still. I thought Storm got called, put together into the Renegades. I don't know who is coaching either areas now. I would have to know the coaches to tell you which ones that I know and I would recommend. I used to work in Plantation FC. They went and became Albion FC, and I think they're back to Plantation. But they've had some issues with their coaches as well. So I would have to, if I were you, I'd look up their coaches, find out the history of their coaches. They have a bio there. Some of them have played pro. If the guys have played pro, if they have connections, then that's the area I'd go for. Also, go and feel it out. I mean, most areas, the coaches will let you come in for a session and be like, oh, I want to see, if this is the area I want to go. Alex Gutierrez, what is your opinion on New Balance gloves? I don't have an opinion on New Balance gloves. I've seen them. They look cool. I haven't used them, so I try not to make too much of an, I don't want to judge a book by its cover and say some mean stuff about gloves that I don't know. But so far, they look good. I mean, it's a top level brand, so I'd expect them to be able to make a good glove. Sebastian Wong, I do not have an online course, but we'll be looking at some stuff that I can do. I am going to be starting a GoFundMe and a Patreon to pay for the cameras that I lost. I had to. I was very lucky that a few companies like West Coast were super helpful. Sent out a bunch of stuff to help me out in getting started again. So yeah, if you guys already do and work with West Coast, check out West Coast, guys. They are lifesavers, and West Coast, thank you so much for helping me out during my time of need. Alihu, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your name. Sugan Johnson, what age do you accept in your academy? Normally we try to go 18 to 27. We do take 17 and 16-year-olds, but it doesn't happen often. You have to show us that that like you're mature. Your parents have to sign a few papers and all that. But yeah, so if you're 17 and younger, it's a little harder to get into my academy. I am 26 years old. What do I think of Save the Crew? You know, I want it to happen. Columbus is an amazing soccer community, but the MLS, like I was saying earlier, and like how American soccer is it's money based, and this is a decision that was made. It's a business decision. This has nothing to do with feelings. This has nothing to do with the right decision. It has everything to do with Don Garber and the guys who own the Crew. They're making this. This was gonna happen no matter what, and we're starting to find that out. Give me 1 second, guys. We ran out of film here, so I guess we'll just start it again. We didn't do too much training today. I only think I did like 30-40 minutes, so we've been going for 40 minutes now.
What? James? Again!
Black Incredible, do you prefer finger saves or non-finger saves? Definitely non-finger saves. I hate finger saves. I was a finger save keeper. I started out as a finger save keeper, but then just not interested. Not interested in finger saves. I took them out for a while and I found out, yeah, I really like going non-finger saves.
Do that in the game.
Rat Poison, my favorite cut. It's that's a really hard choice. It used to be a roll finger cut. Then I started sliding more towards the negative cut, and then I've been getting some really cool hybrid cuts. Lately, the Uhl Sport half negative cut was really, really good.
Ooh. Ryan, just go again, I'll give you $1 tomorrow. Seriously? Let us go in.
Give me 1 second. It looks like everything froze. All right, we're back.
Keep on trying to chip it.
This is something about, I have no idea. I'm very bad with this, guys, sorry. Donnarumma or Lafont? John MQ. I do not know too much between Donnarumma and Lafont. I have watched a bit of Donnarumma. He's like the genius 17-year-old goalkeeper. I think he's 18 now. But Donnarumma, I mean, he looks great. Does lifting weights affect your technique? Only if you're lifting weights incorrectly. Always make sure that you're doing it with the proper technique. If you need to have a trainer there to make sure that you're doing things correctly, yeah, then totally lifting weights shouldn't have an issue. But if you're incorrectly lifting weights, you can hurt your back and you can stunt your growth. So watch out on that. Sebastian, we normally accept from 18 to 27. How do I become a glove manufacturer? You find people who are selling gloves wholesale from warehouses and you buy it and then you slap your logo on them. And that's your glove brand. Are we allowed to weightlift? Yeah, I think I just answered that. Yeah, you totally are.
Wait. Steven. Oh, fuck.
131335 ET. I am not from Mexico. I am actually Colombian. But thank you for your support and for that nice comment.
Yeah, wait.
Hey, thank you, Alex. Thank you so much for those nice words. Whenever I read you guys saying those nice things to me, it makes this all worth it. It means a lot to me, guys. Thank you so much. Jacob Rivet 10. Should I play anywhere else besides in high school? Yes, a million times yes. Find more soccer. High school is not enough. I do not know of the high school that is the end-all be-all, especially if you want to go to the next level. If you leave it at high school, that's going to be it. You need to find a club. You need to find higher level football.
Wait. Yeah. Yeah.
Does durability improve the Ace Trends Pro with the newer version? No, not really. I mean, Emperor Llama, Adidas and Nike and most big names around that area. If it isn't Ullsport or Reusch, those big names, they don't, even Puma, like Puma, Nike, and Adidas, they don't really care about goalkeepers in the sense that their gloves haven't changed too much. Adidas is the only one that's really changing anything. Nike has changed the colors. The same 3-4 cuts have been the same. Same thing with Adidas, even though they're doing a lot of aesthetic changes, in the final scheme of things, it hasn't changed too much from the Response Pro that I used, I think, 10 years ago, or the Finger Save Pros that Czech used back in the day. Like, not much has changed really in that aspect. So, yeah.
Go, hey, let's get all these on target.
Leicester, the easy decision there is Colombia.
That's good. That's a good ball. Yes, sir.
Julio, do you think you'll get scouted for recreation soccer because you're playing for rec? No, not in a million years, Julio. That'll never happen. You will not get scouted for playing recreation soccer. You'll be lucky to have another coach from any other level come to a recreation soccer game. I was actually just watching some recreation soccer drills and coaching, and it was not good. So what I'd recommend to you is find yourself a coach, find yourself a team as soon as possible. Rec soccer will not cut it if you want to go anywhere higher. You should be pro ARS. I hope so one day. I mean, I was a professional coach. I'm still coaching professionally. Like, played semi-professionally, but we can move on. I mean, we'll see what happens here in the U.S. Maybe I can get something going over here.
Save.
Drew, I'm 11 offers for college ball, and you play in the Sunday league with a D1 soccer players. That's not bad, man. You should try playing at least in a Casa league. Casa has, I think, even national tournaments, and it's an amateur league, but they're like across all of the U.S. And I think if you're in the Casa league, you can even get into the U.S. Open Cup. In the U.S. Open Cup, you might end up playing some MLS clubs and might get seen there. I mean, there's still some amateur leagues that you can play that are pretty strong. That really also counts where you are. Gator Master 36, will you get scouted if you play on your high school team? It can happen. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. I am saying that most of the time, scouts do not go out to high school teams or high school games. It's got to be a big high school game, and it's got to be a damn good high school for me as a scout to care about going to a high school game. I would go 10 times over to a club game from a good club. Like if I knew Orlando City's Academy was there, if I knew FKK or Orlando Rush was coming, or Kendall Soccer. Those are the teams that, to me as a coach in my area, I know those are good travel teams, and I know they normally have very good coaches. If they have very good coaches, they make good players, and I don't want to pick up a player who needs to learn how to pass the ball again. I want a player who's ready to learn tactical football when we're looking at scouts.
I haven't been in like a month.
What is more recommended, Nike or Adidas gloves? I'd recommend Adidas gloves over Nike gloves any day. Just because Nike hasn't changed their gloves in very long, and I'm just kind of
Way to go first time.
I take things to heart, and I feel like Nike should show more love to their goalkeepers. They should look at making some new gloves. Look at talking to ARS Goalkeeping so we can talk to you guys more about what Nike's doing. But they haven't changed up their gloves in enough time. And sure, if it isn't broke, don't try to fix it. But you know, lots of changes have happened that I think Nike can jump on and improve on even. And I think other big brands need to kind of get their buttons pushed on the goalkeeper area. I don't think big brands like Adidas or Nike are showing enough attention to the goalkeeper area. Sorry guys, I have a cat running around all over the place. Mackenzie Sib, I coach for the German International Soccer Academy and Agency. I am the assistant director there. It is located in Schutthof, Germany.
Son of a bitch.
How would I stop a shot that bounces right before it reaches you? I would use the low take or the smother dive. Coming in there, you can check out, I've made several newer videos on this, so you can definitely check that out. Drew, your Sunday League might be playing in the USL Cup already for 2018. Should I see where that leads you? I mean, sure, that's going to take you one area, but if you really want to make steps, then find another team. Play on 2 teams, play on 3 teams. Get out there playing. You need to be seen in the area. And this goes for anyone looking to get scouted, anyone looking to make a college team, anyone to look any team at all. The best thing you can do if you don't have connections already is be on the field. Be where soccer is being played. You can talk to people and people will surprise you with the connections they have and know the people that they know. So you have to be out the field. You have to have coaches see you. You have to have players see you so they can help you out with that. I don't know where Victorville is, Julio.
Got him.
Valley boy, I'm happy to hear that.
No! What? Am I lose?
Wait.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Arab the wiener dog. A rabid wiener dog. 5'6" and competing for a varsity position. Any tips or useful advice? Work on your ups, make sure you can spring, hold on to every single ball. They're going to be a lot tougher on you because you're shorter. And make sure that you can play with your feet. I'm sure that most of the taller guys are going to be banking on the fact that they're taller and they're not going to have good technique and they're not going to have good feet. Show the coach that you're going to be more agile, you're going to have better passes out of the back, and that could probably do it for you. Gator Master, where are you in Florida? I know a few clubs, but there's like hundreds of clubs in Florida, so it really counts on where you are. Black Incredible 5, how do you save a shot when it's curving side net? Follow it. Make sure, I mean, when I dive, I have to make sure that if I'm going to do a full power dive, my idea is that I am jumping past my post on every dive, or I'm aiming to hit the post with my dive. So if a ball is curving in, I should already be going for the post. If it curves in, it's still hitting my hands in one way or the other. So that's how I see it, and that's how I teach it to my keepers. Always dive to the farthest area and try to catch the ball at the farthest area from the goal. Raj Patel, if you're looking for negative cut gloves, the cheapest and best negative cut gloves are going to be the One Glove Company. They make great negative cut gloves. My favorite negative cut glove and game glove is definitely the Adidas Ace Trans Pro. The second generation Ace Trans Pro is really freaking good. I would recommend it, but I use it more as a game glove because it's going to tear fast. Sebastian, how do you stop gloves from getting ripped fast? That's diving technique. A lot of it is washing your gloves and just having good diving technique. Valley Boys, I'm glad to be your motivation, man. Thank you so much. Our Old Sport still my favorite glove. It is definitely the best brand. I mean, they're all about goalkeepers, and that's something that you gotta love about Old Sport. Old Sport is a goalkeeper big brand. It isn't a small name brand, and they are at the forefront of doing innovations for goalkeepers. They're the guys making the super grip latex. They're trying out different style of latex. When you get an Old Sport glove, you're getting a glove that you know was made by goalkeepers and that was really given a lot of thought. And a lot of these big brands like Old Sport, Puma, Nike, Adidas, they work with goalkeepers, but they don't change much. And when you try to find information about their gloves, you'll find that there's not much information to find. And most of the people, most of the reviewers say the same things because it's really hard for us to find out, like, okay, what's the difference in the Nova latex? I mean, just lately, like, they don't put how many millimeters anymore are on the Adidas Ace Trans Pro. I personally think it's 3 millimeters, and I think they dropped it down and they don't want to tell anybody and say it's this new EvoZone latex. So, like, Old Sport is a top name brand for a good reason. They are a goalkeeper brand and one of the highest goalkeeper brands. The only other brand that I'd say is up there with them in like levels of like how big they are is Reusch. Reusch also makes their own brand, and they make their own latex, make everything in-house. That's why their gloves are a little more expensive, and they also put a lot of research and development in, where other glove brands don't really put some R&D in. Brands like Old Sport and Reusch really do. So I mean, that's kind of why I still like brands like Old Sport and Reusch. Yes, they're more expensive, but they're the guys that are on the forefront, and they're really pushing for to make nicer gloves. And then, I mean, you're looking at middle name brands like West Coast, that One Glove, Gometa, NGA. Those brands are great. They're trying their own things, especially Gometa. Gometa really tries out some new innovations that I really like. The One Glove has been trying out a lot of cool stuff with negative styles, and West Coast has just been making a very good kind of overall workhorse glove. I'd like to see some more skinnier gloves from West Coast, but we've been in contact with that, and hopefully we can put something out for you guys. Do I recommend leg saves? No, I do not recommend leg saves. Do they happen? Yes, and when it happens in a game and you make a save, as a coach, great job. We're happy for you. In practice, I'm going to tell you get your hands there, because to me, I'm thinking that's another second save that you're going to have to get up and do if the ball goes back to somebody. If you make that save with your hands, you're going to save energy. You're going to make sure your team isn't scrambling about and the ball isn't bouncing around. Every time, if you can get your hands there, get your hands there. In practice, I'm always going to look for perfection. Practice is the time for us to make the mistakes, but make them because we're trying to perfect our technique. In game, I don't care if you save the ball with your mouth. Just save the ball. That's a game. That's a game type situation. But in practice, I definitely don't go for leg saves. I do know of F-line keepers. I messaged them, but they don't seem like they're important. I'm sorry, interested. Not important, interested. How do you get a coaching license? You can either go to nscaa.com or USSF. You can Google that, the United States Soccer Federation, and they have their coaching licenses up there, and then you have to go and take a class and take some tests. So I mean, it's not easy. I had to take a few tests. Gator Master, you're in Orlando. Check out South Orlando Soccer Club and look for Coach Malcolm. I believe he's still there. A great coach, played nationally in the islands, somewhere from the Caribbean. I forget right now where he's from. But Coach Malcolm is a great coach. You can also check soccerdreams.net. I believe that's his website. He has coaching and personal coaching there. He puts players in college. I was working with him in Orlando. If for some reason you can't work with South Orlando Soccer Club, there's Orlando City, which is much more, it's more about money. Orlando City is very expensive. Then you got Orlando Rush and FKK, which are two great prestigious clubs. And then if you really have money, you can try to check out IMG Academy, but IMG Academy is very, very expensive, but very, very good. What age did I start? I started goalkeeping seriously at 16 years old. I'm first year around varsity junior. Is it worth trying out for a terrible high school team when you're on a club team? How many games are you playing on club? I wouldn't. If you're playing on a good club team and the high school team isn't good, you play a lot of games, and you're at an age right now where your muscles and your ligaments are strong and all that. But if you're playing club, you're training with club, and then you're playing games and traveling with high school, it's too many games. It's not good for your body. I would watch that. I would honestly say no. If you're playing on a decent club team, I'd tell the coach that I'd like to come out and train with you guys. There's nothing wrong with training. Getting as much training as you can, but I wouldn't play if your club's playing a lot of games. Suleha, I was living right next to Frankfurt. I will be back to Frankfurt soon, so you can meet me up. I was in Schutthof, like right next to Essen, right next to Osnabrück. I mean, Frankfurt is right, like it's 3 hours away, I guess, but it's not that far.
Yeah, long ball.
If the opponent's close and he's going to get the ball tight, you got to attack it. And if that means that you got to hit it before it's inside the box, that means you got to go hit it with your head or with your leg or just dive out there. But that, again, comes down to the situation. I'm happy that I was able to help you, a rabid.
Yeah. Rebound. You got inside of the box.
Yes, I do have an Instagram. Look up ARS Goalkeeping. I have been trying to get in contact with F2 Freestyles. They have not answered back. Free kickers is a little more difficult. They're kind of I love the free kickers. They're very good soccer players and they have decent goalkeepers, but they're a little more on the full of themselves level. They don't even want to look at me. I've sent them messages, I've talked with them, and I think the one response I got from them was, "What do you want?" So it doesn't look like they'd be interested of doing anything with me, but whatever. That's their prerogative. They're still very good goalkeepers, and they make awesome, cool videos. I mean, I watch all their videos. It sucks that they don't want to do any videos, but that's what happens when you start going and working with bigger YouTube channels. They get more protective, and they think that they don't want to work with you, or you think you're better than them or something. I don't know. But it doesn't look like anything's gonna work out with free kickers. But that's just the way of life, pretty much.
Run back. Yeah, run back here.
My teammate shattered her knuckle using finger saves. Should I be using them? I don't use finger saves. I don't think you need finger saves. I wouldn't use them, and I have absolutely no idea how her finger save shattered her knuckles. Those are some strong finger saves because mine are made out of plastic. But I would not mess with finger saves. I mean, I don't like them anyways.
No way.
Yeah, here.
Gator Master, I told you, check out Orlando City, check out South Orlando Soccer Club, FKK, and Orlando Rush. Those are the teams that you want to check out. If you're going to South Orlando Soccer Club, check out Coach Malcolm at South Orlando Soccer Club. He works with the U15 and U16 players. He's a very, very good coach.
Almost got you. Oh, that would have been the first man.
What do I do with my old pair of gloves? I will show you what I do with my old pairs of gloves. Give me 1 second.
Helicopter.
You had a car?
No, helicopter. There it is. See that big ass helicopter thing?
Yeah.
All that noise, all that wind, man.
Got him. Wait.
Run.
Alright, we're back. Alright, so this is like some of the gloves that stayed around at the house before I ended up leaving to Germany. We've got Old Reusch. I used this back in, I used this back in 2008. Used this for my first like tournament with Plantation or something. And this was a good time. I really liked these, and then I ended up losing one of the gloves. This is one of the first gloves that Aviata sent over to me. Always good glove. Aviata is a decent brand. Never really liked the idea. They just went with very floppy. It's a very floppy glove. It's always been a very floppy brand. Not the biggest fan of Aviata. And they stopped working with the channel. NGA, which I actually didn't. I hated these gloves. For contact latex, it was actually really bad, and for a size 10, it fit like a plastic bag. It was just a massive fit. It didn't get too good of a video review. I mean, maybe if you had if I had bigger hands, these would be nicer. But like just looking at this, I mean, you can see the fold, you can see the extra space. It was just a big size 10. But the cool thing about like brands like NGA and the smaller name brands is they listen to what the reviewers say, they listen to what the people say, and they actually sent me a message and they fixed a lot of the things, and they sent me out one of their newer gloves, the Legacy. I think if you guys saw that video, the Legacy is a super cool glove, whereas the latex isn't very good on the Legacy. The fit is awesome, and I would like, if they could make the latex like a contact latex on the Legacy, it would be a really freaking cool glove. So I guess NGA, I guess we're going through the time capsule of goalkeeping gloves. This is Freccia. This is when I was back coaching in Orlando. Freccia was one of my first brands to start out. This is one of those like crazy finger save gloves. Like, look at this. The finger saves are all messed up that I can't even push my hands up. I'm trying my hardest to push my hands up. This is the type of glove. This is why I freaking hate finger saves. They're actually a pretty cool glove. I made some saves with them, but man, yeah, finger saves are never my way. Never my way of going. What else do we got? Oh, we got Brave Sport Asura. Great brand out of Thailand. No, actually, it's out of Singapore. Forgive me, guys. I'm so sorry. If you're from Singapore, I did not mean to. Asura, cool brand. It's got this cool like colorway going on. We had this brand. This brand I never reviewed, or I never reviewed this glove. But this was actually the glove that made me want to review gloves, because it was out of nowhere. I just went online and I saw this weird glove and I thought, hey, that's a cool name brand and that's a cool looking glove. I want to try them out. So I just bought them, and they came from England. It was Calier. And I love these gloves. And they were like, for a long time, my favorite gloves. And then they finally tore. I lost one of the pairs, and you can see they're peeling off here. But that made me go like, man, if there are, and I think I paid like $35 for these at the time. And I said to myself, you know, if there are these really cheap gloves out there, and like all I had to do was try it out, like I could tell everybody else about them. That's pretty much what got me started with these reviews. This baby here, this Calier. I don't know if you guys remember this. Another glove that I absolutely skewered in my review, and I thought, this comes from Puma, and this is their 2014 World Cup glove. This is the one that they said Benaglio was using, or whatever his name is. Even they said Buffon was trying to use these gloves back in 2014. These gloves are flat cut with really poor stitching done. You can see the tears already. Like, you can see these things are tearing all over the place. I would never recommend these gloves, and I was really surprised that any of the brands even thought they could get away with that, and that Puma can get away with this. So ever since I had this, I stopped really working with Puma. I didn't really like that they were selling these for like 90 bucks when you can get like any other small name brand for half of that price and with much better workmanship. So this takes me back down to my angry days. So why would they do that?
Like you, man.
Why would they just try to make money? And then Miter was really cool. Actually could totally check these gloves out. They sent out some mega grip Miter gloves, and this was it was a decent palm. You see the palm, but the backhand is a monstrosity. I mean, this backhand is the most ridiculous thing. There's no wrist control here, so there's no difference here. It folds over itself. Here, and that makes this bubble out. So I mean, it's not a bad, and I'm sure I can make some saves, but this is a glove that feels and looks like a plastic bag on your hand. And there's like, this is how much I can fold over this much space. This is how much like extra space this thing has. So, I don't know, but that's what I end up doing with these gloves. Sorry guys, I ended up just going off.
Wait.
Oh, watch out.
I want to run to you and run to the ball.
Yeah.
My Instagram is Alberto Ruiz Soccer. Can I mute the background video? Yeah, definitely.
Wait.
Damn it, man. You gotta get low.
These guys are annoying, right?
Bring your ankle down more, Adam.
My ankle down?
Yeah, like trying to hit it with the face of your foot. Shoelaces, man.
Put on the floor, pass with your feet. Good job.
Yeah, keep it.
That's a good pass, bro. Yeah.
Doesn't want to do this ball. White and black.
Oh, kid's getting lost, man. Damn.
That's not the white and black one right there?
Yeah,
All right.
That's the heavy ball.
Oh, you're talking about, okay, the one with the circle.
I think we've looked over this video like 3 or 4 times, so I'm going to stop this. We're going to make saves.
Oh!
Guys, I'm here. It's just me now. It's just us. Hold up my hands. I am trying to see. In jump? I don't think I'm going to be jumping. Awareness. Message your chart. Where am I from? I am from the USA. I'm from Coral Springs, Florida. My family is from Cali, Colombia. Christopher Ruiz, you got the same last name as me. Way to go. That's your shout out, man. How can you get your fear on high dives? The ground is lava, I guess, or imagine it. If you're trying to get over the fear of high dives, the ground is not lava, and don't be scared because it's, as long as you land on your, right here, what we call your bat wings right here, you'll be fine. Christopher Humphrey, right now I'm back in the US. I don't play anywhere or in any league, but I might be doing some tryouts for some teams. I need to get back, like, I need to be a little ready. I've been out for like 2-3 weeks, taking care of my family and stuff. But we're gonna see what tryouts are gonna come up. How do you get quicker reactions? How do you dive with your weak side? The same way you dive to your right side, just practice repetition on both sides. Where do you play? Oh no, I already read that. How to be better at one-on-ones? Just practice one-on-ones. Check out the one-on-one drills that I have. Juan Torres, it is like literally the reason why I started this channel is for players like you. So I'm happy to have been of a service. Reaction training, reaction ball, definitely recommend. Tennis balls, different size footballs. I mean, it doesn't matter what the size is. You can go with a super small ball. You can go with a big ball. Alright, guys. I'm gonna add you guys. I'm gonna bring you along on some fun stuff. You ready? Ah, yes, I'm a wizard. Give me a second, guys. I'm trying to do something here. It's not working out anywhere like I would have liked it to work out. How long do a set of keeper gloves usually last you? About 4 to 6 months. What's the music all about? I honestly have no idea. Oh, that's shit. Oops, sorry. That's Destiny. Shouldn't be happening. Alright. You guys ready for this? I think you're ready for this. Alright. I have honestly no idea. You are welcome to add me on Steam. All of you are welcome to add me on Steam. I could care less. I love to play video games. Let me tell you guys something. I am really bad at video games. Join your raid team. How do I... Literally only got this game a little while ago. I don't know what I'm doing at all on this map. Like, okay, I might be okay at soccer. I'm terrible at gaming, but that does not stop me from gaming all the time. Anybody else a French boy in here? Have you seen the French goalkeeper channel? They're pretty good actually. I keep on forgetting. I think they're called Today It's Football. You should play FIFA Mobile. I was never a fan of FIFA. I'd rather play the game like in real life than play it on the computer or something. But you know, I might end up doing that. Jeez. Do you have a I only play on PC. I used to play on the console. Alright guys, now you're gonna see me die a bunch of times on this. I'm gonna be on this for a little while longer, and then I'm going to jump off in a little bit. Got to actually start editing. What's my Steam name? I think I'm called Profit, Profet, but honestly, I don't know. Goalie do you recommend? We'll see. Water is wet thing caused 10 fights at your high school? How's that? How angry are the kids at your high school? That's pretty freaking crazy. Man, it is hard to talk to you guys and also play this game. Jesus Christ, protect your school. I'm just like walking around. It is hard to read what you guys are saying. Alright. So what do I do here, guys? I thought I was bad. I'm really bad. I honestly, like, I'm just walking around here. Like, there's a bunch of level 20s here. I'm gonna run to them. Do you hate playing soccer in the U.S.? I can understand that feeling. It's definitely a little more annoying. To make your gloves sticky, there is glove glue. I've never used it, but I guess I've heard good things. U.S. doesn't have a future in soccer. I could disagree there. I mean, right now, no, because right now, you know, there's thieves that are just trying to make money off of every single soccer player. But there's also, I mean, we have a huge population. We have the dedication, and we have the thing that, like, everyone wants to play soccer here. It's just that they don't know how yet. I think we just need some time. I think we really just need some time, and it'll be happening. The most exotic country I've gone to soccer, I mean, Germany. Germany is like the Shangri-La of goalkeeping, the Shangri-La of soccer, and they're the best goalkeepers. So I'd say that's definitely my most exotic, but I've been South America, I've been all over the place really for soccer. Korea was definitely pretty crazy, but really everywhere. Anywhere that soccer can take you is exotic, and it's something that I'm pretty happy. Well, it's a lot harder to play soccer in South America. I can tell you South America has a lot of corruption, especially for football players. Sorry guys, I started getting attacked here. One quick break, guys. Quick break. Favorite team? I'd say probably Atletico Madrid, just because they're so good at somehow selling their best players and still becoming like still ending top of the table, which I think is something that is a lot to do with thanks to their front office and thanks to their coaching. So I just got a bunch of stuff. I don't know what that is. What are your thoughts on Poland in the World Cup? I mean, they made it. Awesome. I hope to see more. I mean, we're seeing more and more good small countries getting into football, and that's great. Who do I think will win the World Cup? Definitely Germany. How do I get a good mentality? I normally watch games. I watch my own games or my own highlights, and that's normally what I do. My Steam profile picture is that fat goalkeeper taking a kick. Really fat goalkeeper. If you clean a vacuum cleaner, then you would be a vacuum cleaner. You're a very smart man. How do you, it's the same way. I mean, if you're scared of ruining the glove, then just use hot water. Just use some hot or just like warm water and squeeze it out and you'll be fine. Why do I think the U.S. women's national team dominates and the men's national team doesn't? There's a lot of things, but the truth is that's not going to happen for much longer. I don't know if you guys saw the game in Mexico, the U.S. Not the U.S. The women's match in Mexico, and it was club football, and it was really good. I would say that right now there's more money in U.S. women's football or soccer than there was in other countries, and that, I mean, we really allowed the girls, or not allowed the girls, but we focused on our women's, and we made players, and we really gave them the chance where sometimes in other areas the women's game or female football wasn't really loved and wasn't given the same amount of money, which let us really invest into our players. And I don't think we do that with the men's national team, one. And the men's national team, I mean, we're telling these guys to stay in the U.S., turn 22, 23 years old, and then go to an MLS team and spend their formative years, 18, 19, 20, 21, in college. And that's really tough if you want to compete with the Messis of the world who are playing top-level soccer at 16, 17 years old. You're talking about it's most professionals that are really worth their medal. I mean, they started young, and they were at 18 years old. They were training with professionals, with really good players, and they were learning from them. You know, as a coach and as an agent, I have been told, and I have told players before, that, you know, this 23-year-old, this 24-year-old player is amazing, but I can get an 18-year-old that's really good and make him as good as this 23-year-old with 1 year of coaching at my club, where this 23-year-old is missing already 4 or 5 years. So I can make an 18-year-old as good as a 23-year-old in 1 year. So he'll be 19 and he'll have much longer time. So the U.S. is really killing themselves when it comes to the men's national team, and not letting their youth go out and really enjoy their time, travel the world and play top level soccer. Christopher, it really counts on your area. There are some really, really good areas for football. I mean, if you're in Bradenton, if you're at the IMG Academy, I'd almost say that you're pretty much set because IMG makes great players. But if you're in Kentucky and there is no clubs around, I mean, it really counts on where you are. Good. I've always wanted to start a gaming channel, but I play with my buddies who are actually really good gamers, and they let me know more often than not why I shouldn't have a gaming channel. I'd like to rather talk soccer and play a little bit of video games, and then show you some editing. Actually, if I had more film, I would have happily showed you more goalkeeping film. But literally, that's the first goalkeeping film I've taken in I don't know how long. Yeah, exactly, Chris. I see what you're saying, and yes, that definitely makes sense. And IMG costs a lot of money. I mean, the U.S. is pay to play, as much as it hurts to say. That's the truth. This is Destiny 2. I've been playing it for a few days. I absolutely love the game. What was the best moment of my career as a goalie? Probably my win with Rathenau, against Rathenau, which right now is in 4th Division. That's a professional level club in Germany, so I can always, you know, go home and say I played a pro club and we beat them. I also coached against them and we also beat them, so I have under my belt 1 win and one gaming win, or 1 playing in the game win, and 1 coaching win. So definitely something to be proud of in that aspect for me as a player. I also played against Schoppen, and the coaches actually invited me. Not Schoppen, Freyden, which is a 5th Division club, Landesliga. Set a few of our good boys over there, and the club actually ended up inviting me out to their training camp, and I couldn't go, sadly. But it's all great moments. The best high school team we played, Douglas. I guess Douglas is my. Oh God, sorry. Douglas would be my #1. Like, they were the rivals for our school, and they had this player. It wasn't it was Donovan, but he was a black guy, and he was really good. It wasn't Landon Donovan. He was about 17, and Landon was a lot older. But he was playing on the U.S. Soccer Academy at that time, and I'll never forget. It was like the first 5 minutes of the game, and he dribbled through everybody on my team and then placed it bottom 90 and just destroyed me. And I was that definitely blew my mind. Yes, I agree with you there, John M. I think it's time to really allow the younger kids, the younger guard, to take advantage of what they can do. The U.S. was trying to sell shirts, and everyone knew Tim Howard, everyone knew Bradley, so they wanted to bring in the old boys and give them a last hurrah. But that's not what you do in football, and that's how you end up paying. I mean, they brought back Bruce Arena, which, I mean, his coaching style has never been good. His coaching style has never been like. I hate his coaching style. It's very kick the ball up to the top and hope you have a brawler like Dom Dwyer to fight for the ball and hopefully win it. That's not the football that's going to win games. That's not the football that's going to win games and win the hearts and minds of young like athletes that want to pick up soccer. No one wants to watch soccer where you just kick the ball up to the top and say, hey, fast guy up top, go run and win. It's not football in my eyes, and it annoyed me that they picked that coach, and it wasn't surprising that's what we ended up losing to. Play FIFA. I am really bad at FIFA, and I absolutely hate it. But I mean, if enough people want me to play FIFA, I'll play FIFA. I don't mind. you guys would just see me getting really angry and like dying, or I guess you can't really die in FIFA, losing and breaking things and being like, I hate FIFA, and then looking at you and saying, why'd you make me play FIFA? Ohio Premier. Yes, I've heard a few things. The Premier teams in Ohio. I'm not sure how the scene is in Ohio. It's obviously very far away from me, but I know there's some good football in Ohio. Thanks, Valley Boys. I've been a coach now since I was 18, so I'm 26 now. It's been about 8 years. And these are just some of the things, I mean, that I've noticed. I am very, very involved in my coaching scene, and I know most of the coaches in my area. And these are just some of the things that I've noticed, especially like I work with a lot of rec coaches. I work near a lot of rec coaches, and it's nice to see parents that care and that want to take out their kids, but it would also really be nice if we can have parents that know more about football coaching people. This is kind of like a Q&A. This is the new style, so people don't have to just see a black screen or something. Okay. What do you think about Sueño Alancia? I don't know about Sueño Alancia. What's that? What do I think about great European teams establishing academies in the U.S.? Again, as I was saying, U.S. is one of the only countries that plays that's pay to play. When I'm coaching in Germany, I am not doing private lessons. I'm getting paid either from the club or from another entity. It is not the parents coming up and asking for me to coach or the individual player. When you're in the U.S., it's private coaching. It's the club hardly does anything, especially for goalkeepers. You have to. It's like pulling teeth to get a goalkeeper coach out there. So when I see that European clubs are sending out like academies here, I'm a little more jaded, and I'm thinking, okay, European clubs want to get in on the U.S. money making, because I mean it's academies here are money. Academies here, even if it's a good academy, it's going to cost you a lot of money, and they will take you even if you're not a good player, but you're willing to pay. And that's something that's really killing the U.S. So I don't think it's going to be that different. I would just say like it might be just a little bit better. And it really counts again. Who's the coaching? Who are they sending to be the academy directors of these academies? Those are the guys like I would really, really pay attention to. I have not heard of the Viva Atletico Club. Traveling teams, I do think that's the best way to go if you're looking to get yourself a team, get yourself scouted. You want to check out a traveling team. What's my heritage? I am Colombian American. I was the only one of my family to be born in the United States. What do you think about China spending a bunch of millions on football? I mean, I love it. I would love to go to China and coach and work there for a while. I think they really want to get out there, so I would say, you know, the more money that goes into making soccer as a whole better, the better I am, and the better you are, the better the football is. So I like good football no matter what. Thank you, Valley Boys. Brian Martinez, what cleats would you like recommend, or what I would recommend? Don't let your coach tell you you have to get a specific cleat. It is whatever you feel is more comfortable. The cleat that's most comfortable to you is the cleat that I would say, oh god. The cleat that's most comfortable to you is the one that I would say wear that cleat. I mean, like my feet are skinny and long. I have a size 10.5, and I love to go with Addy Pures. I tried the Predators, and I really like the Predators, but they're super wide. And for some keepers, they always say, like, check out the Predators, check out the Predators. But then it wouldn't fit me. So it really comes down to you and what you like. I would say that if you have no problem with it, I would go for something like leather, something a little thicker, because you do get stepped on a little more as a goalkeeper. You do put yourself in worse situations. I have no idea what's happening right now, but they are killing me. They're gonna kill me. Know how to make yourself jump higher? That's working on leg strength right there. Really just all leg strength. Leg strength, if you can practice just bringing up your knee to your chest when you jump, both of the knees, just working on building that strength. Any tips for rainy games? You played during Tropical Depression Harvey? That's pretty intense, dude. It's actually pretty hilarious. I actually got one of my nastiest injuries during like a really wet, destroyed field game. I mean, honestly, find yourself some wet weather gloves, get a towel out there, and I would use, like, I personally hate when my clothes and my cleats and all that stuff gets really heavy with water weight. So I would wear like just impermeable stuff, just the type of pants that don't allow water to seep in, or same thing with my cleats. That's the only time I'd normally go with synthetic cleats, is when it's like really, really wet. Yeah, look at all these guys. Get out of here. Get out of here. Out of my face. Oh God. Get out of my face! Leave me alone! Sorry guys, I'm being murdered. Jesus! Please! We could have been cool, we could have been cool. We're cool, we're cool, we're cool. Chill with that though. Chill with that. Chill with all that. I don't know what's happening right now, but chill with all that. Is this a boss? No idea what's going on. Oh, it's this guy. Oh, hey friend. This guy is just rude. No, don't send more things at me. Enough of that. Any tips for low balls in general? Always get under the ball. Always get under the ball. Knuckles underneath the ball and keep your elbows together. What should you do to get your weak side better? Well, first check out how to improve my weak side video. That will definitely help you out. I can promise you that. And then it's just really repetition. It's repetition and practicing it. If you have to, practice jumping on the bed. Yeah, stand in front of that wall and shoot me. That's cool. Oh, I keep on missing my grenade. Stop hurting me. That is way too many guys. Way too many guys. Oh! Well, I died. What's the best Adidas gloves? Adidas Ace Trans Pro, the 2nd generation, definitely. Zachariah Phillip, is it too late for you to go through 26 years old? It's definitely hard, man. It's definitely hard. I don't know. I placed a Japanese player. His name was Tiny Takahiri. He plays right now on a 4th division club, and he was 28, but I'll tell you, he was playing 2nd division in Japan before he came to the academy, and he's one of the best players to have come to the academy, hands down. So is it possible? Yes. Is it really like the guy who breaks the rule? Most of the time, if you can really fight for it and stuff, maybe, but I can tell you it will be a lot harder. I'm not gonna sugarcoat you or anything. It will be much harder to make it at that age. Where are you at, little green man? Will I come to Oklahoma? I mean, I don't have any plans, but I'll go anywhere where the YouTube channel ends up taking me. Yes, I am actually, I was telling the guys earlier, I am actually waiting on the Predator Pro to come in right now. Club or Keeper Academy? Why not both? Keeper Academy will get you training, but you need games, don't you? That's where the club comes in. It'd be cool to have you training with me as well. Have I been to Arkansas? No, I cannot. I can safely say I have not been to Arkansas. Oh, these guys are back. No, you should not be bickering with rowdy parents or defense or anyone on the other team or the referee. I used to be that keeper. I used to be the keeper that always bickered, always got cards for arguing with parents, with referees. Don't be that keeper. It really just takes you out of the game. Alex Rio Frio, why not? I mean, there's no reason not to try out for an MLS Academy. No, I don't think the U.S. Soccer Academy is rigged. I mean, just like anything else, it's pay to play. Does that mean that there's like bad players there? Sometimes, but like there's also very good players. The one thing I'll tell you is that since it's pay to play, you will get, I mean, at the U.S. Soccer Academy, the best coaches. The best coaches are obviously going to be there because that's where they're going to get the best pay. So it goes both ways, you know. you definitely will find great coaches at any national academy. I do not know of any academies located in Puerto Rico right now. Who's this guy shooting at? Guy go? Where did this guy go? Where did he run away to? What? This guy gave me a slip. I'd say my favorite soccer team would be Atletico Madrid. Oh, there he is. Come on, just let me kill you. Stop running. Stop running. I just want to kill you. How do you prevent your fingers getting jammed? Proper catching technique. Alex, the team who's winning the World Cup is going to be Germany. Hermano, ¿todavía estás en Alemania? ¿Cómo puedo entrenar contigo? Albert, no soy en Alemania más, estoy en este momento en los Estados Unidos, que el problema es que se enfermó mucho mi mamá y necesito estar con ella y la estoy poniendo como mucha atención. So, en este momento no estoy en Alemania, pero me vuelvo cuando todo termine con mi mami. What game am I playing? Right now I'm playing Destiny. Destiny. I have not heard of the goalie glove notes.
The former depend on their services to provide a substance called ether, but this one can clean up ether in the body.
Are you a father? No, I am not a father. How hard is it to walk onto a D3 school? A D3 school shouldn't be that hard. It really counts on if you're in a competitive bracket. I would say that walk-ons aren't typically treated well, and they are made to do a lot of BS grunt work. But if you're good enough, I mean, you can do it. Millonarios o Santa Fe? Ninguna. Alright guys, I am going to have to jump off for a little bit. I might be back on tomorrow to do a unboxing of the brand new Predator Pros, which will be coming in. If you are interested in seeing that, that will be done on here, but I will be announcing the when I will be doing it on Alberto Ruiz Soccer, my Instagram or my Twitter. Make sure to check that out, guys. Thank you so much. I mean, I have no idea when the gloves are coming in tomorrow, so it really counts on when they come in. I will be keeping you guys updated on Instagram, though. So again, guys, thank you so much, and I will be seeing you guys again very soon. I don't really know how to turn this off. Well. Actually, so guys, sorry about giving you the big trick. Turns out something just came in, which is not normal. Came in very, very late, but I'd like to show you guys this. Would you like to see it? So I thought it was gonna come in tomorrow because it's really late tonight and it didn't come in. But oh look, a cat. But we have the guys coming in now. What's happening now? Oh man, there's another bag. There's another bag. No, young potato, I had to come back to the USA. Now the bag is red. You guys know what's happening here. Look what we have here, my friends. We have brand new. Not only do we have the brand new Adidas Ace Transport, or the Adidas Fingertips. Alright, you guys are seeing the first unboxing that I have done over live. It is actually the Adidas Ace Fingertip. Check this out. I am actually surprised at the quality of the feel. It feels nice, but it also feels like flimsy, you know? Look at this. I got that same feeling from the last Ace fingertips that I used, the blue versions. I did a review on them already. So put them on. So the first thing I'd say is I probably should have gone down a size. I definitely I definitely wouldn't have lost anything going down. The fingertips actually fit really, really, really tight. Let's get something up here. Yeah, guess who's back, guys? Surprise! We got the Ace fingertip, not Ace, the Predator fingertip. Predator. Let's get this pop-a-loppin'. Let's crack-a-lackin'. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if we want to do this.
So now tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, So that's me using the Adidas Predator Pros from 2014. And here are the new Adidas Predator Pros. There's a little bit of stuff, lots of little issues with the green screen, but you can see, oh, I guess I can't. I'll put it closer to the... So this is probably the best. No. No. Look at this. Magical. We got it right here. Yeah. I guess it looks better from here with the lighting. So we got this in. Adidas Ace. No, I keep on calling it the Ace, and it's the Predator fingertip. Is that my twin brother? No, that's me in goal. I don't have a twin brother. I have a brother, but he's about 10 years older than me. Not a twin at all. So we have Fingertip Pro. What I also wanted to surprise you with is we are going to be doing comparison. We also got the competition, which is the cheaper version of the Predators, and I wanted to really I wanted to show you guys the difference of why it doesn't make sense to buy the cheaper Adidas gloves, or the ones that are meant for youth goalkeepers are not as good. I mean, just at looking at it, you can see they went with a weird negative cut, but the negative cut is not... I mean, if you're going for a negative cut Adidas, go with the Ace Trans Pro. You don't want to go with the competition. I mean, this is half the price of the competition, and you could actually find the Ace Trans Pro on sale. It fits very awkwardly, where it's negative on the thumb, on the hands, on the fingers right here, or right here. I guess I can't really put it close. The thumb is a flat cut style, and it's got this really cheap stitching done here, and it just kind of juts out. And where they kind of did well to make a decent negative look here, they throw it all away with this thumb. I don't know what this thumb is doing, and it's not even wrapped. It's like, it's just, yeah. So I can tell you guys now, you 16 viewers that are more into this right now, I would not recommend this Adidas competition glove, and it's probably going to get a really bad review. I mean, for its price, you can get any one of the brands that I have been repeating over and over again, and you would really, really like them. Yes, I do know of NGA Soccer. I've made a few of their reviews, Brett. You can actually check them out. Amazing Paleo, you suck. You aren't wrong. Here's NGA Soccer. I did some work with them. I really like the NGA Legacies a lot. The newer Legacies. So that was the big thing. That was the big surprise. We got the new Predators in. New Predators. If you guys want to have one more look, it actually looks pretty nice. I'm interested that they decided to keep the durability thing here, the little abrasion pad here. So we're gonna see if we can go out tomorrow and we can get some film and start using this in goal. I don't know if you guys would like to see that. Nike Vapor Grip 3 is probably next. Amazing Paleo. I don't know why you're here asking me questions if you think I suck, but you know, anything for another goalkeeper. Alexander, on Thursday I should be getting in a whole new package from West Coast Goalkeeping. I'm really excited for that. Absolutely love West Coast Goalkeeping. They told me they sent a bunch of gloves and balls and stuff, so we can't wait for Thursday. That's what I'd say. Destiny's still playing. That's what that sounds. Oh Man, I am getting tired, guys, though. But I'm actually gonna jump off now. These are the newest Adidas. I was letting everybody know before I left that they would be here. But yeah, the new Adidas. Check them out. The Adidas Predator Pro. They came out just a few days ago. We have them in. This is your first look at them. I was talking about how I felt about them. I like the Adidas logoing. They tried to go with the seamless backhand. But what I don't understand here, I don't know if I enjoy the seamless backhand on a roll finger cut. Probably doesn't make as much sense as a negative cut would. Yes, Alexander Lopez, I played in college. Just give me a second and I'll grab a ball with them. Alright, back. Sorry for the green screen issues. So here it is with the ball grabbing. You can kind of see the grip is decent. I mean, I can definitely feel the gloves working a little bit. It's not bad. It's definitely what I expect from a new pair of gloves from Adidas. You can do this. It's all in one hold here. You can see I'm not really making anything up on this. Definitely not a bad grip. Interested in what I'm going to see and how I'm going to feel it. It feels really loose in the back here, and that's something I expected. But if it's because I went with a size 10, I think I should have gone with a 9 because this would have fit just a little nicer, and that looseness I wouldn't have felt as much. Right now, there's a little bit of too much negative space on the backhand than what I'd like if it was going to be the seamless. Like soft style, but it's decent. I mean, I don't know if you can hear this, but the latex is actually sticking to itself. And this is my left hand, which is my weaker hand, and it definitely holds the ball, holds onto this ball very, very well. Yeah, so you can see that it definitely does its job. It's gonna be a decent glove to use tomorrow. I know you guys are definitely excited for it, right? You know, for a lot more, I started doing that with the older, or the last Adidas glove review that I did. I'm probably gonna do it again. I think that's a good point. In this video here, this is just our training session. I'm itchy. Alright guys, so yeah. Alexander Lopez, if you are positioned well, no, you don't need to dive, and that's why most coaches don't like flashy dives, because it means the goalkeeper's out of position. If you positioned yourself well for most of the shots, they should be coming into frame or within a nice collapse dive or within a two-step shuffle. Brett talking about GK hype. What would you like to know? Well, my opinion is that if you want to be a good goalkeeper, it's going to be a lot harder. And that's going to be like, if you want to be a good goalkeeper and that's shorter, it's going to be a lot harder. Most coaches, especially at the professional level, want goalkeepers at 6 foot tall or higher, just because the way the game is changing now, people are whipping in crosses, and you need to be very good in the air, and the balls are dipping, knuckling balls, and that it's easier for a taller goalkeeper to deal with that. Not to say that that isn't like there aren't short goalkeepers that can do it all. It's just that if you're a shorter goalkeeper, and I'm saying 5'10", 5'11", that's still short. 5'9" is still short. You would have to really, really, really work on your technique, your agility, and your explosive power to show that difference. So I mean, height is a very, very big part in a goalkeeper's role. And as much as people don't like to think about it, aesthetic is very important, especially if you're scary enough to scare strikers away in the air. That has to do with height, that has to do with strong chest and good working out. So yeah, height is very, very important in modern day goalkeeping still. JSJ, I tried out several times. I've played against several professional teams. I've even won and coached against several teams and won. But it's very different to play against a professional team and then get contracted for a professional team. Even though I had a great game and the coaches came and told me they liked me, they didn't like me enough to take that chance of going with a shorter goalkeeper in the German leagues. And that makes sense. As I was just talking about, height is very important. Height is something that really killed me when I was trying to play in Germany, or when I was playing in Germany. When I tried to move up, height was one of the main factors that they talked to me, or the main factors that they didn't follow up with me. And they would come and talk to me and be like, you got everything we want. We just wish you were taller. Christian, I will try to upload as many training videos as I can. Yeah, crazy. I definitely feel that. You have to work a lot more as a shorter goalkeeper. You have to work a lot more to cross the goal, and you have to work a lot more to get up to those high spots. That's just, that's the hand that we were dealt, and it's something that we have to do. I don't really have a favorite glove. I went through some of my older gloves, and you can see it in the earlier part of this live video. Once it goes up, it should be pretty good. It should answer your question. Sorry, I'm falling asleep here. I just got back from training, and then I did this 2-hour live stream. How did I become so good? I wouldn't say I'm that good. I think I'm a decent goalkeeper. I think in shot training and training situations, I'm a very good goalkeeper. When you see me training, I can train with the best of them, but that doesn't all translate over to game type situations. It's really important, your game situations, staying calm, being ready. That doesn't always transfer over. And for me, in game type situations, I make mistakes that I'd never make in practice because of nerves, because of not being comfortable. Sometimes I'm playing at a higher level. Sometimes the speed of the game. I mean, I know when I first came to Germany, the speed of the game was killer. I wasn't used to the speed of the game at all. Look at Jorge Campos. Yeah, Jorge Campos, but Jorge Campos is also playing in the Mexican leagues. That's not as many tall people in Mexico. I don't really have a best glove, guys. It really is a comfortable thing. I think right now, my favorite glove that I was using recently was the Ace Trans Pro. I was just messing around. I don't know if you guys are new. You might see I just got the Predator Pro in. Literally, that's why we started up the stream again. I thought it was going to come in tomorrow. It came in while we were streaming. And this looks good, but I don't think it's going to be better than the Ace Trans Pro. I like just from my initial looks and feels of it, the Ace Trans Pro is a much better glove still, and that's probably thanks to the extended strap style that they used. And I honestly think a roll cut like this should have more of a better backhand, and the seamless backhand really isn't the way to go. This is my cat. My cat is crazy. right, guys. Now for real, it is time for me to wrap everything up and get to bed. Thank you guys so much for watching the stream. I will be trying to do this once a week, maybe around earlier, 7, 8 o'clock. Yeah, I'm so sorry, 26. What was your journey to move to Europe? Man, that was difficult. That journey, actually, you can see it on the Chasing the Dream vlog or playlist. I literally taped my whole trip to Germany. You can check that out. Sam, thank you for the nice comment. My journey was from Miami to Brussels, and I took I took a train from Brussels to Schutthof. Thank you, amazing Peleo. See ya. And 26 LAFC, check out the Chasing the Dream vlog. You will see like literally my whole trip through Germany, even when I went to South Korea. Rishi Chadhuri, I'll see if I can hit you. I can shout you out. Amazing Peleo, thank you very much for your kind words. Again, guys, I love having you here. Thank you for sticking by for the past 2 hours and asking your questions. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys again, hopefully on the live stream next week.